It's officially summertime at Dollar Tree, and you know what that means, solar lights. Today I'll be sharing a bunch of Dollar Tree solar light hacks that are actually unique. Comment a sun emoji if you want to see more summer Dollar Tree DIYs. Now let's get started. This DIY is so easy. Get yourself a hula hoop from Dollar Tree. Now the ones that have the holographic look, they tend to have paper on top of them. So that's nice because you can peel the paper off to reveal a black hula hoop. The one that has the red, white, and blue stripes, that one does not have a paper and you have to paint it. To peel the paper off, you're going to want to use a razor or a scissor just to kind of slightly cut through the paper to make it easier to peel. Dollar Tree is getting so many different types of solar lights in. For this project, I'm going to be using these solar lanterns. You want to make sure you put the on switch if you have these type of solar lights or lanterns that you're going to be using. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just hook them onto my hula hoop. Now, sometimes the handle on this comes off easy, but sometimes it breaks, and if it breaks, you're just going to have to use some glue to attach it back to the lantern. Now get yourself a plant hanger from Dollar Tree as well as some zip ties. I highly recommend the longer black zip ties that Dollar Tree has in. You are going to use your zip ties to attach the plant hanger to the hula hoop. Now the plant hanger does have these hooks, but the problem is the hooks don't wrap around the hula hoop. The hula hoop is just too thick, so you'll use the zip ties to attach the ends of the plant hanger to the hula hoop, and that way it's attached and you can hang this up, and this is going to be a solar light chandelier that you can use outside. This next step can be skipped, but I don't recommend skipping it. Take some zip ties and use it to secure your lanterns in place. And this is going to keep them exactly where you want them to be, because if a big gust of wind comes around, it can make the lanterns move, and that in turn can make your chandelier go lopsided. I have some rope outside that I was able to hang my chandelier off of. You just need a spot to hang the chandelier off of for it to work. So this is it at nighttime. It is so pretty and easy to make. There's nothing really to it except for getting a hula hoop and then attaching some lanterns to it and a plant hanger. Simple and inexpensive. If you're looking for a chandelier that's a little bit more whimsical, I will link my solar light video from last year where I shared with you how to make this chandelier, and this one's made a little bit differently. It's not just hula hoops and the solar lights. For our next solar light DIY, you can get a broomstick from Dollar Tree. Now you are going to place the broomstick inside of the ground. You'll remove the handle off of it and then push it inside of the ground. I'll be using the solar light lanterns for this project as well. I went ahead and I glued one to the top of my broomstick. I did take some pieces of makeup sponge and shove them underneath the candle because the candle is hollow underneath there until you hit the very top of it. So if you want to use something like makeup sponges or paper towels to fill that in, you can do that so that it doesn't get lopsided on you. We're going to be making a light post of sorts, so you're going to need some metal brackets. Initially I used some glue to attach the metal bracket to the broomstick, but then I go in with some zip ties to really make sure that it's going to hold well and not come off. Now I'm going to be gluing my lanterns on top of the metal brackets. I recommend using a heavy duty glue like Gorilla Glue E6000, a super glue. The only reason why I'm not using it is because I don't like the smell of those strong glues right now. Now cut off any extra zip tie that you do not need, and then I decided to paint my lantern. I just decided to dry brush some gold paint over this. Basically that means dipping a dry brush into paint and then just slightly going over your item so that you get more of a wood grain or antique type of look. And that's what I decided to do because I didn't really like the look of just the black. This is such a neat project. I only used 6 Dollar Tree products. I would have liked to have 2 more lanterns on this, but I ran out of the lanterns. I really like the way this looks though, and I think the gold paint was the cherry on top I needed for this. For our next project, I'm going to be using the old school solar lights that Dollar Tree always has in. I'll be removing the solar light from the handle, and then remember you have to remove the tab to get the solar light to work. For this project, I'll also be using these fluted bowls from Dollar Tree as well as these punch bowls. You can use whatever bowls you like. I just think these have a nicer look to them. Now you're going to start gluing the bowls together. What you want to do, however, is glue solar lights inside of those bowls. I messed up. I wasn't thinking, and I was gluing bowls together, and then afterward I was like, wait, the solar lights. So the very top bowl was the one I got solar lights inside of, so I decided to glue 2 solar lights inside of there, one on the bottom fluted bowl and then one on the top fluted bowl, if that makes sense. However, when you're gluing your bowls together, make sure you're putting the solar lights. Don't do what I did. To fix my mistake, I flipped this over and glued a solar light to the very base of what it is that I'm making, and then I glued some solar lights to the back of the bowls to get this to glow the way that I wanted it to. Basically, I'm using this as a plant stand. Now, I recommend just putting fake plants inside of this. If you use real plants, you don't want to put anything too heavy inside of here. This is how it looks during the day, but the magic obviously is going to happen at night. This looks so pretty. It has such a nice glow, and I've had this outside for 5 days now, and I don't run into an issue with the solar lights not absorbing sunlight because the bowls are clear, so it's still able to get the sunlight that it needs. These came out so beautiful. If you have a bunch of stairs or a nice porch, this will look even better. Mine's is rusty crusty. Lots of Dollar Trees near me are turning into Dollar Tree Pluses, and in the plus section you can find these $5 solar lanterns, and let me tell you, they are a steal. So you can buy pieces of wood from Dollar Tree and glue them together to get more height with your solar lanterns. So I got these white pieces of wood planks. They are going to be the medium sized lantern for me. And then I got some wall shelves from Dollar Tree. They're pure wood. I used wood glue to glue those together, and I painted them white. Now I have 3 different size lanterns. If you want to glue the lanterns to the wood planks, you can definitely do that. 3 lanterns with 8 pieces of wood cost me only $25, and let me tell you, a big lantern, especially one that's tall, is a lot more money at places like Michael's and Target. These new solar lights are the brightest ones I've ever seen from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use them for a quick and easy hack. At Dollar Tree, you can actually find table lamps for just $1. They're on the smaller side, but they're going to work for this. I'm going to be gluing my solar light to the base of that lamp and then gluing the lamp shade on top of the solar light, and this is how I'm able to get the lamp to glow outside. Obviously, it doesn't glow as strongly as a light bulb, but this is just an easy way where you can make it glow outside without using any electricity. And I recommend placing this on top of like a mirror, because if you do that, you can get the light to bounce off of the mirror, making the light glow a little bit more. Dollar Tree carries these light bulb fairy solar lights, and what I decided to do was get the terrarium light bulbs from Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using the top of these solar lights on these terrariums, so that way I can make the terrariums glow outside, again without using electricity or batteries. What I decided to place inside of my terrariums were some of the reindeer moss from Dollar Tree. You can get this and use it in multiple terrariums with just 1 pack. And then I also got the succulents from Dollar Tree. If you want to use real succulents, you can go ahead and do that. I did cut them up a bit to make them a little bit smaller to fit the inside of my terrariums nicely. I wish the cap to the fairy lights just twisted right on top of the terrarium. It does not, so I had to glue it on instead. I decided to make some terrariums out of the round terrariums that Dollar Tree carries. This time around I used crushed glass, and I did things differently this time. I took some of the caps off of these other solar lights that I have, and I placed them in the back of the terrarium so that they're still getting sunlight. I have them upward, but I'm using my succulents to hide them in place, and that way I can still have the terrarium look like the way it does instead of gluing it on top of there and then it ends up looking funny. These are just really pretty and easy to make, and what I love is when the sun goes down, these automatically start glowing without you having to turn on a bunch of little fairy lights. Let's make some solar wall lights. I'm going to be using these bowls from Dollar Tree, and this time around for my solar lights I'll be using these T-Light solar lights. Now I'm going to use some hot glue to attach them to the bowls. Again, use a heavy duty glue, but you can also use a little bit of hot glue just to get it to attach right away rather than waiting for the glue that you use to completely dry. Now I like the way that this looks without anything behind it. However, you can get some gemstone stickers from Dollar Tree or the rhinestone ribbon and glue it behind your solar light. And what this is going to do is it's going to reflect the light from the solar solar light off of it, giving it a nicer glow, and it's just going to make it look more vibrant than it actually is. And that benefits something like this where you have a very small solar light where not too much light is coming off of it. To hang this off of the wall, I'm going to be using command strips. I prefer name brand command strips to hang something like this just because it does a better job than the Dollar Tree command strips. You just place them on the back of your bowl and then put them on the wall and you're good to go. Again, you just got to make sure that your solar light is able to get some sunlight, because if it's getting no sunlight, it's not going to work. And this is how they look. Place them wherever you like, make as many as you like, or use different solar lights. Another thing you can do is get another tea light, remove the little plastic piece off of it and glue it underneath the light that has the plastic piece, so you kind of get double the light inside of there. Does that even make sense? I don't know. Moving right along, for this DIY, I'm going to be using the small condiment bowls. They're 6 for $1.25. I'll be gluing 2 of them together. Inside of the bowl, I'm going to glue down my solar light. Now, the inside of the solar light is hollow, so what you want to do is put some hot glue around the sides of the solar light and then pour something inside of the bowl. In this case, I'm just using some crushed glass that I had on hand. I got these decorative bowls from Dollar Tree. They're 4 for $1.25. They're bigger than the condiment bowls. I'm going to be gluing these on top of my solar lights to make it look like a lamp shade, and because they're clear, the solar light is still able to absorb sunlight. When I use these outside, I like to place them on top of the round Dollar Tree mirrors. That way the mirrors can reflect the light. You can make 3 of these out of the 2 packs of bowls that I shared with you guys, the condiment bowls and then the fancy bowls that come in the 4-pack. Finally, if you just want to keep this real simple, you can get some rope from Dollar Tree. I got this white nautical rope and I'm just going to string some solar lights on the nautical rope. I got these solar lights. They're really pretty. They come in different colors. Remember, you have to go ahead and take the handle off of the top and then put this button on to on. If you don't do that, the lights aren't going to work on you. And then you can go ahead and just use zip ties to attach these to wherever you want outside. If you're going to be putting them on a fence, maybe use some command hooks to hook them to the fence. I mean, it's completely up to you. You can figure that out, I'm sure. That's it for these solar light DIYs. If you want to see more, I'll link my video I did last year using the Dollar Tree solar lights. Go ahead and check that out. It'll be in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.